somebody said there's a timestamp where they start talking more about Gaza. Can I see that? Because he'll defend Joe on anything. Can I see that? Anyone has the timestamp. I know you're still watching. Search the transcript. I just want a timestamp.
More comfortable with Donald Trump after 34 felony counts January 6th and a civil lawsuit in the E. Jean Carroll case?
I think a huge issue, too, especially in my generation, was like the post-October 7th Israel-Palestine situation. I think there was so many people that felt like that was kind of like the BLM 2.0, you know, with the campus protests and
where are they now, Andrew?
Movements. Who, those
protesters?
Some of them, well...
when he said that he's going to turn Gaza into a Trump, literally, Trump-branded golf course, and he's on track to doing that. He said that he would have the conflict, the war over the day that he took office. More people have died in Gaza between when he was inaugurated.
And to be clear, absolutely nothing that has happened since Donald Trump became president in Gaza, I don't think Biden would have stopped any of it. If anything, I think there's a very reasonable possibility that Biden would have enabled more conflict between Iran and Israel, because he would be less concerned with the ego and the optics of being the guy who stops the 12-day war.
Today than at any time between October 7th and when my dad left office. And where are they now?
The protesters?
Yeah.
They're still active, but not as active. And I think part of that has to do with just the fact that the conflict's been going on for longer. But I'm saying this made a lot of people not even vote.
No, I agree with you.
You know what I mean? Not for Trump or Harris. They're just like, you know what? Because you talk about a media market. Like, I had a lot of friends who were just so buried algorithmically in the Hamas-Israel conflict that they're just like, that's all they're seeing. And so if they're only seeing these, like, and the images are horrible. The videos are like nightmarish. So if you're consuming this all the time.
I'm in that algorithm. I understand what you're saying.
And then, like, you just see this, you're like, all right, well, if this huge issue is not going to change, then why would I even participate? And that's the sort of, they call it the black pilling. It's like the nihilism that's setting in. And I'm glad that you don't have that. And I resist it all the time.
Is that the only mention of Gaza? Obviously, Biden would not have done with ICE what Trump is doing. That's obviously a Republican thing. More on Gaza? Oh, you've got all the timestamps. Okay, all right.
And then you have this situation in which nobody wants the Palestinians, but everybody wants to protect the Palestinians, but nobody wants to take the Palestinians.
And they don't want to move.
It's their home.
Yeah.
So what do you do? And the same as this. If you're an Israeli and just a citizen, not a part of this government, not a supporter of Netanyahu, you are somebody that is sitting there and you watch what they did on October 7th and you go, how the fuck can I possibly live this way? How can anybody live this way? How can you live this way without eradicating the threat? And that's humanity.
I mean, there you go, right? Like that. This is the reason why there's no substantive difference between Trump and Biden with regard to Gaza, because the framing is, well, for Trump, the framing is whatever he wants it to be, right? He just wants to, you know, have golden statues built to him. But like, if your only perspective on Hamas is, oh my God, they did a terrorism, how bad of them, like you have no broader comment on the the geopolitical mechanisms, the history that led to this dynamic, the open air concentration camp, the fact that Hamas was deliberately created, promoted in large part with the help of Israel, who sort of axed out less radical. Like, it's not a matter of whether or not what Hamas did was bad. October 7th was bad, folks. It's not difficult to say. It's that this whole thing, this Rube Goldberg machine, was orchestrated in large part because the creation of sort of permanent militant Islamist resistance within the Gaza Strip through deprivation, violence, violation of human rights, etc., you know, sniping children from across a fence, was what Israel wanted to guarantee the international support they would need for a continuous crackdown and eventually a genocide. If your only takeaway from this is Hamas bad, like, that is true, but it's also a laughably, you know, can you imagine like coming away from any other conflict with that attitude? Like, can you imagine if like your focus on World War II was exclusively like anti-German Polish partisans in the Western border, or if your analysis of World War I was exclusively, you know, like fucking Balkan interregional conflicts or whatever. Like, you very deliberately ignore a broader set of circumstances to focus in on whatever like gripe you care about. Yeah, Belgian free shooters or whatever. You know, you can do this with literally any conflict.
There's only one way forward, and the only way forward is a two-state solution and a diplomatic solution. Bombing the shit out of whatever remains of Hamas in Gaza and turning it into a golf course, like Donald Trump said, is not going to work, no matter what.
That's also what your father was doing, though. Like, that was all happening under your father. The addition of the golf course is not actually the bad part of that. Joe Biden genocide versus Donald Trump genocide then golf course are the same thing to me. Those are the same outcomes to me. The golf course to me, listen, I don't like golf, but to me these are fundamentally the same thing, okay?
Unless you literally kill every single person that inhabits Gaza right now, you would have a generation upon generation that would justifiably haunt Israel
and haunt the United States.
And haunt the United States and any of the Western allies.
9/11 every weekend.
Yeah, and why people can't understand that. Same goes for Iran. The Iranian people.
I really don't like the framing in an ongoing genocide of being like, well, if we don't handle this correctly, the Gazans are going to ram planes into our towers every weekend. You know, like, is that really our motivation for preventing a genocide? Is that like the best we can do? It's like saying the European powers have to intervene to stop the Holocaust because otherwise when the Jews get out, they're going to be mad and like collapse your banking system or something. Like, I don't think you're very sincere. It's like that. That's like the fucking Japanese imperial approach to anti-Semitism, you know? They're like, hold on, Hitler-sama. You're making a powerful enemy.
I don't know if you've read Tom Friedman. I think it's probably the most prescient thing that's been written about this in at least many months. Tom Friedman wrote a thing, is that the worst thing that's happened to the people, the Jewish people, is the Israeli government. Jewish people.
It's insane that he can say stuff like this, but not criticize his own father. I don't know. I feel like that's the only point I'm getting from this. Like, every other political position that he has is secondary to that one. It's strange. It's, you know, it's strange, but it's very human. It's one of the rare times where you look at you look at behavior like this, which is so objectionable, and you know for a fact that it's not because of some Machiavellian scheme to get elected or whatever. It's just, he just really loves his dad, which, it's sweet. I wish his dad was a better role model to him. I mean, you know, he's basically being a wife guy, but for his dad. I think we can just say he's believes in family loyalty, or he likes his dad. Daddy's boy? No, that's a different thing. Why you gotta make it weird, man? The close relationship that Joe Biden has with his son is like the most honorable, noble thing about either of them.